back with another reading. This is gonna be uh the AMC reading for the next 6 weeks. I was really hoping that it'd be done by now. I was really hoping that it would, but here we are yet again. So I think this will be from June 10th to the 24th, 28th or something of July. Maybe we'll just say to the end of July. How about that? July 31st. We'll do that. And just make it easier, we'll just do that. So anyway, I got a comment on TikTok. And I do think the person that posted that comment on TikTok, she's always like trying to keep me on track, and it's really helpful, because sometimes I will forget. I will do it. It's not a threat, it's a promise. But she was nice enough to remind me. It took me a little bit longer than I wanted it to get back to making videos because I did just move and I'm still settling in here, and I'm just trying to get myself together. But anyway, we want to know what is coming for AMC, and will AMC squeeze, what's going on around the stock that we need to know about. The first thing that I'm actually hearing while I'm sitting here is Evergrande, however you want to pronounce it. But before we get into it, this is not a personal reading. I am not a financial advisor. This is just take this as my personal opinion. I'm just a person on YouTube playing with cards. Just think about it that way. You can make your own decisions in a well-informed way. Go find professionals that'll be able to give you good advice. Go follow the money too. When I say follow the money, Nancy Pelosi, the big players on Wall Street, the banks. What are the banks doing? Why is BlackRock still continuing to buy? I think even Kenneth has bought into AMC to stock. And it's like, how are you buying stock when there's no more to buy? How do you do that? Could it be corruption? Anyway, I'm going off my tangent now. Um, but like I said, just remember that this is not personal reading and I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And if I say anything about, buying or whatever, it's just what I am doing. So, yes, the first thing that I want to know is what's coming for the stock, our stock, AMC stock, stuff that we like. What's coming for the stock um over the next 6 weeks until the end of July. What is coming for the stock until July? From now until the end of July, what's coming for AMC stock? Y'all, things are gonna get bad, okay? Like at the end of last year, I did a video about market crash, and it was something that was really pressing on me, and that was enough time for whoever listened to get themselves together and get themselves to where they need to be to do what they need to do to make sure they can survive market crash. I feel that it's going to get bad, like not just bad, okay? And it seems like things are moving slowly. It's like the crash is happening in slow motion, but it's really not. It's like it's getting to a point where the pressure cooker has gotten so bad and so damaged that it's going to start getting really fast, really bad, really quick. Okay, so what's coming for AMC stock? It's all stuff that's going on around us that will affect the stock price, will affect the stock market. Whatever else you might have in your portfolio, it's going to affect that too, whether it be things going up or things going down. Um, Make sure that you're looking in the news because what's coming up now is the genocide in the Congo, and there's a fight over the resources there that go into everything, into your smartphones, your laptops, and all that stuff. And the Western world is going out there just killing people because they want those resources for free, like they've been getting for years, and they're willing to do anything to get them. And a lot of people don't even know that's going on out there, but think that's not going to have an effect on your stock, on your portfolio. Think it's not. They will. I really do believe that the people in the Congo who live there. Yeah, that's their land. They should be able to control their resources and get paid a fair price for them. But we know how the government works. The government does not like to do things in a fair and just way if the people who are benefiting um are from the West. Anyway, my alarm went off. That's kind of funny because that's a wake up call right there. Wake up, you guys. A lot of you guys are sleeping. And coming to AMC stock. Spirit has the highest vibration. Please grant me access to the collective temporarily so I can get accurate. Thank this has answered the questions. What's coming for AMC stock? Um, over the next 6 weeks or to the end of July. What I'm really getting is like this really weird breathless feeling. Um, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on around that is affecting or will affect stuff. And it's just like a lot. It's a lot. What is calling for AMC stuff over until the end of July 2022. The Hierophant, that looks like Garrett Gensler holding the keys. Three of Wands, the Five of Wands, of course, there's always got that. We've always got that. There was the freaking double again. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. There goes the miniature tower card and the Emperor. It looks like the whole situation is trying to be contained because this is at the top and this is at the bottom and it's like a bracket. Um, it looks like the situation here is trying to be contained. The stockholders are in the middle, and then there's just still a clusterfuck of shit that's still going on. The Hierophant up here at the top is coming off as one branch is coming off, honestly, as the SEC and Gary Gensler and all of his antics and stuff that he's doing. And then there's the Emperor down here that feels like the government, and there's the devil. And it's like all of them are surrounding the stockholders. So don't be surprised if more BS comes out. You know how they brought up that commercial. Don't be surprised if that what I'm hearing is smear campaign continues because it really is kind of like a smear campaign, isn't it? That commercial from the SEC came out and they're like, "Ooh, meme stocks bad, research good," and then Gary Gensler came out with his reading meme tweets situation, and it was weird. I was like, okay, what the fuck does that have to do with the corruption, Gary? What does that have to do with the corruption, Gary? Gary, and don't be surprised if that doesn't if that stops, I'd be surprised. I expect to see more commercials and more smear campaigns and more people um coming out like, oh, retail investors are stupid and they're dumb money, they don't know what they're doing. Uh, we know enough, okay? And there's two fives here. It's like the growth in the middle. Threes can be growth. They're surrounded by um the two fives that always are challenging. And it's like I do see growth, but I do see conflict and more. What I'm hearing is chastisement. Is that a word? Chastisement from the SEC. Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Oh, you should be planning for your future. You should do it in a traditional way to make sure that you don't lose your money. You know it's dumb to do it that way. Meme stocks are dumb. You guys are stupid. It's like that's the energy that I'm getting, and I'm like, dude, just do your job, man. Just do your freaking job. I want to clarify the Paraffin card, and one of the cards fell on the floor. The King of Swords fell on the floor. Yeah, it's like uh, this person is a logical person. They want you to think logically. They want you to do things in a very technical way. They want you to go through, jump through all the hoops and do what they tell you to do instead of doing what you've been doing and being what I'm hearing is a wild card. They don't like that we are using our rights to do whatever we want to with the money that we made. Okay? They don't like that. And it's interesting because she's here too. So it's like two different entities saying, be reasonable. Be reasonable. Why are you guys so wild? And what are you doing? Stop trying to burn down the system. Okay? You're going to fry the motherboard, is what I'm hearing. And it wouldn't surprise me too if that was an excuse. Oh, you guys, it's like when you too many people on a website. What do they call it? You've overloaded the server. Oh, we can't pay you right now because you guys have fried the motherboard. You've overloaded the server, and we can't pay you yet or whatever. They better not try that. Okay. Up to this point, we have been very civil with them. We have waited patiently. We have done what you do. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to buy a stock, right? And then sit on it until it's a price that you want to sell it for. And that's what we've done. It really feels like there's a lot of nervous, anxious, obsessive energy around the stuff, which is getting it's been building, it's been there for a while, but it's getting more pronounced as time goes on. But I was clarifying the Hierophant card, which I'm really getting is Gary Gensler. Why do these cards keep falling out? Too many cards. This one fell out. It's really coming up as a judgment call. Um, because a lot of things do actually fall on his shoulders. Even if he doesn't have the power to make laws and stuff, he's the face of the SEC, and he does have a reputation to uphold, but he's also a rich man, you know. I don't know how much he makes, but he strikes me as um somebody who at some point in his life did get a reputation for chafing against the administration, um, chafing against status quo and actually doing some semblance of his job. But in recent times, he's coming off as somebody who is toothless with no real uh, power. And even though that is true, he is still a face and he does have more power than he realizes, just not when he use it. Clarify. The whole thing is clarify the Hartman card. Ooh, that flipped over. Why did that flip over? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here that we don't realize. I wouldn't be surprised at all if um lots of companies send him bribes. I wouldn't be surprised if he's being sent bribes by Kiss. Is it Kenneth? It's a Libra, but he probably has Scorpio placements. Um, I think it's Libra. But anyway, it really feels like he's being paid to make us feel like we're trapped and this is never gonna happen. Alleged, there's no alleged information there, but like I said, this is just something that popping up on. I'm just a person on YouTube playing with birds, whatever. But it's coming up as bribes to me. I don't have any evidence of that, and maybe Gary Gensler is a legitimate person, and I'm wrong. I could definitely be wrong, but it's really coming up as I don't want to say corruption, but it really is coming up as like secret corruption to tie things up. I'm also hearing tie up loose ends. It could even be him just being paid to slow things down or control things. This card is about forms of control, especially mind games. And I don't like that, but I mean, they're all embedded together. Watch out for what was I talking about earlier? Oh, overloading the servers and glitches and stuff like that. More of those coming, especially when this thing rips. I want to know about the Emperor now. Tell me about the Emperor, please. It really feels like this is his row. The SEC really like just they're fighting, but this is also like confusion and a flurry of things happening at one time. Clarify the Emperor card. All those fell over. Those want to come out. That's too many cards. Three of Swords, the Temperance card, the Seven of Pentacles, the Straight card, and the Temperance card. I think I said that right. They all came out. We're going to see them come out again. I'd like to shuffle and get this cleanly. For the Emperor. And I'm also hearing the people in the know, that's us, being very wealthy. The Hermit, Nine of Cups, and the Six of Swords. The the King of Pentacles in the middle has always been like the king. Sometimes it was the Queen of Pentacles that came out, but it was always that AMC was the king and queen maker, and the King of Pentacles being here in the middle is a person who represents being very wealthy, having everything you need financially and materially to do what you want and what you need in life. And it really feels like even after this thing rips, which I truly believe that it still will, but I will do the yes or no at the end, is coming off as even after you get your money, you're not going to be the word. I don't want to use the word safe, but you're not going to be left alone. They'll be able to track who became wealthy, and they're going to always be like watching. They're probably going to have like an FBI file on these people, especially the ones that got like big wealthy. Okay, because how dare you? How dare you peons grow up to be big boy rich off of my system and my back? How very fucking dare you do that and change the perception of what can be done? Okay? They don't ever like it when, one or two or five or 10,000 people get together, 10 million, however many, and they don't like that because it threatens their authority. Okay, so if we get together and when this thing does rip and we all have this money, where do they think they know we're not gonna stop? Oh, you did this, and the reason why you did it was because you wanted there to be market equality, and you didn't want people to or entities to, continue taking advantage of the little guy. They made their whole livelihoods off little guy. And how dare you guys take some of that back, right? How dare you? If we can do that, what else can we do? No, that's dangerous. That mindset is very dangerous, right? We could definitely change the system, even just burn the whole system and start over because we would have the money and the mindset to do it. And they don't. That really, yeah. Don't be surprised if the FBI starts building files on large groups of people after that. So, the Emperor being clarified here comes with the Hermit card, watching. It really feels like watching and waiting, uh, and even preparing because some people will lose their shirts. Some governmental officials will also likely lose their jobs because, like I said before, after we gain this, because money tends to be power, resources tend to be power, and after we have proven that we are willing to wait years and just continue to do one thing, hold, we can just pivot to something else, like climate change. They know that after this person becomes very wealthy, they're going to have to fix or stop or become something else. Or it might be a whole like French Revolution type thing where they all lose their heads. So there's a lot of introspection coming here because what's weird to me is the government, which is the emperor in my opinion, is between these two. This right here, these two feel like outside entities, right? This feels like us coming to the tower, and he's up there in the tower. Like, all right, so they're outside, and they're really ready to go to war if if war is what is necessary. And then there's us here between the devil and this thing, which really feels like a little check or something. They're really going to try and give you just as little as they possibly can. And there's the SEC, the growth of the stock, and the stuff that they're trying to throw at us, commercials and tweets and stuff like that. And it's like you're just trying to distract us from the fact that we've got the power to destroy you if we have to, or if we wanted to. We all just have to realize it and get together. Now I feel like this is probably some kind of what's the word? I'm not advocating for, civil war or whatever. I'm not. But it just really feels like something like that, and they're afraid of that. And I really do feel like I just saw 222 on the timer. But anyway, it really feels like something is coming, and I feel like this is gonna be part of it, like the stock market crashing. But anyway, back to this. Just feels like the government is watching. The nine here, so they really just want to be able to escape intact, but they're also interested in taking advantage of what's going on. So I want to know what the nine is there. Correct for the nine. The nine does also indicate almost being done or almost being over, getting to the wow. There was another one. Ten of Swords, Five of Cups. Okay, so it's coming off as two different things. Um, there are definitely things that could have done better. There are things that they could have foreseen if they had been less arrogant. The governmental bodies that pretty much sat back and watched as these hedge funds just ran rampant, and the governmental bodies that gave them the money to continue to run rampant out here in the streets. It's really coming off as um, we had a good run, uh, and hopefully we'll be able to get out of this pretty much intact, or at least partially intact, right? But it's not just AMC; it's also the stuff that's going on in the the country, like inflation and the other stocks in the stock market crashing. Apple also, having the trust lawsuits and stuff like that. But also, it wouldn't surprise me if the government, after everybody gets their money, does some fuck shit and tries to stab these people in the back, tries to stab the ones that made the most money in the back, even the ones who made just a little bit, try to punish them for participating in this revolutionary thing. So, like I said before, after the money comes, just know that you won't be left alone. You won't. We won't. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if every single last person who gained anything from the meme stocks after they ripped wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if the government has files, in-depth files, especially if um you have a phone, a TV, any kind of electronic. They've already got a lot of information from that. But also, I think it was Homeland Security. They've been for years um spying on us, and they're still gonna do it. They're gonna do it even worse after we get paid. They're gonna do it even worse. So the question was what's coming for the stock over the next 6 months, and it's really like a whole or 6 weeks, a whole lot of fuck shit. Um, should I ask what's going on with the company, what's coming for the company? More information, like what's coming that will affect the stock price from the company, because they've been having issues with popcorn. And I think in one of the past readings, I was like, watch for shortages. There was the whole truck thing going on in Canada, and I was like, watch, are they carrying corn? There's gonna be some stuff going on. Chicken at $600, as Blue versus Wall Street says. Now would probably be a good time to get a chicken or find your nearest farm and see, what it would cost to have stock in a cow or have stock in some chickens. You know how they do in the stock market where you can buy a part of a company. See if you can make friends with the farmer because meat is especially going to be rather scarce as inflation gets worse and things get bad. I'm telling you, it's going to get bad, bad, guys. Stock your cabinets if you haven't already done so. Get some canned meat. Get a deep freezer. Fill your deep freezer up. All right, so the company on the next 6 weeks that will affect stock price. Last time, you know what that store woman, she was probably Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen is out for herself, okay? She's not for us. She never has been. I'm not. Speaks from the company that we want to know about. For some reason, I'm hearing key fob. I don't know why. Something about a key fob or something you can carry around on your key fob. Something that you can carry around on your keys to get into the movie theater or in your wallet, like a card, awards card or something. Okay, so this is coming up as Adam Aaron. It's growing. Um, the Justice card at the bottom of the deck is nice because that really feels like um what's fair and just actually happening. Why is Five of Cups here though? That really feels like even more drinks and stuff because not corn isn't just used in popcorn. It's high fructose corn syrup and stuff like that. They use it for the drinks in the drink machine. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if they also come up with drink shortages. Coke and Pepsi products would probably be relatively, I mean, like, Coke and Pepsi, they'll make sure they can make their stuff, but actually transporting it because of gas prices and diesel prices and stuff like that, um, it wouldn't surprise me if, the drinks in the drink machine end up being delayed or something like that. Where's the top of cups, please? Oh, five of pen. That's just the fuck up. Wow. Okay. So, hmm, what is this referring to? Because that's kind of crazy. How the fuck's referring to? I'm hearing the word hardship. There's gonna be a lot of that. Oh, is the growth coming to an end? Like, what is going on there? So this right here, this situation right here, nope. It is gonna be a no. It's I need more information. Like, what is this? Just cups go or three of wands. What is that? Because it looks like growth, and then it all just kind of comes to an end at like an abrupt end, and then it's like loss, loss of money, loss of resources, being anxious, being stressed out, stabbed in the back. Excuse me. You keep coming out of nowhere, Mr. Person. Huh. Who is this King of Cups? I think he came out before. Who is the King of Cups? A lot of stuff. Okay, so more theaters will be going out of business for sure. Um, but the Queen of Rods here, it's feeling like stockholders in so this person is coming off as Kenny, and all of his bad choices are kind of being spread out here. Oh, you know what? It's also coming off as Gabe Plotkin. He's still gonna have things to answer for. He can't just um slink off into the distance. He might end up going to jail, honestly. But it's really coming off as tale of two different sides. One side is, dealing with growth and stuff like that, maybe even having a little bit of regrets because they didn't get enough or didn't get all the money they wanted. It's also coming off as shortages in the concession stands. It is coming off also as uh, Gabe and some of the other hedge funds still falling apart. Do not be surprised if more go out of business. Don't be surprised because they're going. It's a lot. It's a clusterfuck of shit going on. And that will affect the stock because the hedge funds that do go out of business, it does look like, hedge fund with lots of money, with lots of growth at one point. Now they've lost a lot. Okay. They've lost a lot. And now they have to take what they have left and liquidate. This is that's interesting. Liquid on the ground there. Um, Watch out for the hedge funds continuing to liquidate. There's gonna be more. It's not over yet. There's gonna be so many more just going out of business. I just dropped something, did I? No. Anyway, it looks like the growth just stops for them now. So now I think it is time to ask the famous question. Is AMC going to squeeze? I do believe that it will, but I'm gonna ask anyway because it's been so long. Really feels like, you hear that story? It's a Bible story of an angel. I think it was the angel and Jacob or somebody. I forget which person was actually like wrestling with the angel all night long. This person was wrestling with the angel and holding on to it, wouldn't let it go. So like, I'm not letting you go, so you bless me, right? And it really feels like that's what the stockholders of AMC are doing. I'm not letting go of this stock until it blesses me. And that's what it feels like is happening. And you ever notice how the other meme stocks will run, but if AMC starts to run, they put a cap on it? It really feels like they took it the worst with AMC. Um, Also, it really feels like part of the reason why they don't want AMC to run is because AMC is like the face of all the meme stocks now, even though GameStop went first. And they're like, if I give them any kind of hope at all, you know, then it'll get even worse than it is. How could it possibly get worse? Because they're still making fakes. All right, I want to know if AMC is going to squeeze. If AMC going to squeeze. If AMC going to squeeze. You guys know how I do it. The lover's card keeps coming out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We only have one that could be considered a no, and that is 10. So that is 9 out of 10 yes. 9 out of 10 yes. Lover's card, the chariot card, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Rods, the Six of Wands, King of Swords, the Hermit card, Temperance card, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. Yeah, just gotta keep sitting and waiting. So this has been about a little bit over 30 minutes long. I'm gonna go ahead and cut here. I hope that all of that made some sense. Um, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.